fact transphobic. He literally intentionally harasses trans people.
Of course, anything with me in it and Ronnie is going to have backlash.
Blaire White doesn't effing count. That's transphobic, dear.
Now, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You're retarded. You're retarded, sis. Welcome back to the Blaire White Project podcast. Now, I say sheriff because unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that this is actually my new title given to me by Ronnie Radke of Falling in Reverse. See, y'all collect new pronouns, I collect new titles. We're really not the same. I starred in his music video featuring Jelly Roll at the beginning of this month, and this month has been so fun because of it. I feel like it's been actually a lot of highs and lows for me in my life this month, but that was, that was the peak. It's been really cool being a part of something that has just brought so much joy to people, and it's such a good song. And I've been waiting for it to come out so long. We filmed it back in December. It's now June, of course, and it just came out. And it's been like the biggest, I hate waiting for things to come out. So just knowing that something this epic was, coming down the pipeline, I was low-key going through it all year so far. I was like, oh my God, just release the music video. But it's out, and it's been just really awesome. But of course, y'all love to rain on a bad bitch's parade. Why? I'll never know. Because see, being a bad bitch, I don't ever feel the need to try to shit on somebody else who's doing their thing. And so that's how I know you're basic, but that's a whole other assessment. Of course, anything with me in it and Ronnie, because Ronnie's controversial in his own right in the music world, is going to have backlash and whatever. But I come from a world where even if I have a negative emotion about a piece of media, a movie, a music video, a person, I like to make it make sense. I like to actually sound like the shit that's coming out of my mouth is at least somewhat cohesive. And considering they're calling this video and my inclusion in it and Ronnie transphobic, that is just a particular psychosis that I cannot relate to, which is saying something, right? Because as far as mental illness goes, I can relate to a lot of them. This one, not so much. And being the OB, old bitch that I am coming up on almost 8 years in this industry. And so as far as hate or backlash, nothing really gets to me. The only time I feel a little bit of oh my God, this is so annoying, this is genuinely affecting me a little bit, is when I work with someone and they have to take some sort of a hit because of it. And so seeing Ronnie have to get on, TikTok and defend me and defend his inclusion of me in the music video, it's just been, I'll show you what he said.
Blaire White doesn't effing count. Wow. It's so crazy. You just don't look very bright, girl. This is her account. She has she, her pronouns or whatever. She's Canadian, of course. But it's just so funny. It just shows these people's IQ level. Blaire White doesn't effing count. That's transphobic, dear. What? Do you understand? That's transphobic. You're saying that a trans woman doesn't count. That's transphobic.
So, first of all, not many people even pick up their phone in a long form kind of way like this and defend me. So I'll always have Ronnie's back just because of that and the amazing opportunity he gave me to be in this music video. But I'm just getting to the point where this type of discourse is so annoying to me. It's clear to me that y'all are so caught up on some shit. Y'all could not recognize a good thing for trans people if it slapped you in your busted faces, which perhaps you need, right? Sometimes I feel like a cornerstone of me being a decent person and or sane person is the fact that I've been hit once or twice in my life coming up, right? Y'all clearly need to get hit. But for me, it seems as if this goal of progress, of representation means absolutely nothing. It's just words coming out of, again, your crooked mouths, and you don't actually believe it or want it, because if you did, you would recognize it when you had it. A trans woman starring in a country rock music video. When has that happened? When will that potentially ever happen again? That's called a thing that any community that makes any sort of sense would celebrate. But of course, because y'all can attach the word Republican, conservative, Trump supporter, any of the bullshit terms that just get you so excited, right? So bricked up with hate. Y'all can attach those to me. So of course, invalid any sort of like achievement for the community, any sort of representation that's indeed positive. So because of all that, you want me at the back of the bus, all the way in the back, like Rosa Parks girl. And, you know, just like Rosa, bad rise to the top naturally. It doesn't really matter how much you throw at us, right? Y'all are going to be thanking me a few decades down the line. And I'm supposed to just sit here and, you know, be the bigger person and just forget that y'all were being pieces of shit before. I will be the bigger person. I've always been the bigger person. But let's watch some of what these people have to say.
And he is in fact transphobic. He literally intentionally harasses trans people here on TikTok.
My boyfriend would never do that. No, he had 2 trans women in his recent music video and a gay guy, and he's done more for the LGBTQ community than you have, babe. And he will never make me do a video like this.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Right, because sitting up in your room recording with that blue waffle hair really ain't doing nothing for nobody, right? It's not doing anything for anybody's community. It's most definitely, at the end of the day, not doing anything for you. It's hindering you. That's melting into your brain.
Can you shut the up, please? Telling people of the LGBTQ community that your stain of a boyfriend has done more for the community than they have ever done, even though they exist and they're in the community, is absolutely wild to me. And to also say in his newest music video that he has 2 trans women who are 2 conservative trans women in his new music video, that makes him the good guy.
Now, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You're retarded. You're retarded, sis. Thank you, first of all, for pointing out it was 2 trans women in the video, not just me. Gabby did amazing in the music video. And I don't even think she's a conservative, by the way. I mean, the fact that y'all can just label someone a conservative simply because they're not a commied out weirdo, loser, unemployed with holes in their faces, talking nonsense. Apparently that means you're a conservative if you're just on the other side of that, no matter how far you are, right? Brain rot, brain rot. If it was actually about progress for trans people, why would the word conservative matter at all? Why would it matter at all? Whether I was Christian, Muslim, conservative, like a mathlete girl, like really great at mini golf. Like, what are all these other things coming into play when you're trying to talk about progression for trans people? Like, are you sick? Are you sick? And by the way, if I can just say, this is something that's annoyed me for a long time, and y'all are free to disagree with me because you're free to be wrong. But I am so tired of people using this argument like, just because you have a trans friend doesn't mean you're not transphobic. Just because you have a black friend doesn't mean you're racist. But you know what? Guess who doesn't have trans friends? Transphobes. Guess who doesn't have black friends? Racists. Right? So like the fact that y'all have even like knucked up on people so hard with this line and people just allow you to go there. It's like, I'm sorry. It is a sign that someone isn't transphobic if they have trans friends or if they give trans people opportunities to star in music videos. And if we want to talk about the role that I was given in the music video, it's not as if I was portrayed as a prostitute, as a sex worker, as a streetwalker, which in media, 90% of the time, trans people are casted as, right? They're casted as sex objects, as, you know, powerless rather than powerful. And he made me the sheriff of the town. It was empowering. I was walking into a bar with a gun, shooting the place up. Like, what do you guys want? Like, would you have been happier if I was just some brain dead slut that wasn't a Republican twerking in like a Katy Perry music video or something as a background accessory, like to hit a quota for an ESG score? Like, and you know what? A part of me feels bad for you that you are in fact this stupid because I know it's not your fault, right? It does appear to be a condition of your birth, something you were born with, like brown hair, blue eyes, a dead twin. It's not something that you asked for. However, you need to keep it to yourself, baby. It shouldn't be anyone else's problem. And if you are going to continue to run your mouth, which is proving to be of no value, I do encourage you to at least be humble enough to not talk with such a certainty, such an authority when you actually don't know anything you're talking about. That's really the problem for me, because I can run my mouth about a lot of stuff, and I'm always going to, at least if I don't know what I'm talking about, be humble enough to be like, I don't know, but let me talk anyways. So then at least there's a window for some sense to come in when someone's like, no. You, on the other hand, you just wake up, snort your antidepressants, pick up your TikTok, and serve the world absolutely nothing. You're giving nothing.
Should she suffer? All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
One other fact that I just remembered, by the way, about the music video set, you want to talk about even if he was trying to hire me or Gabby in the video as some sort of like prop or like, degrading thing, like, which is what y'all are definitely implying and putting on him here. It wasn't just on-screen talent for the video that was trans. Both of the wardrobe people that I worked with, they were both trans. So you got trans people on set at every level. What exactly have you done that is better than anything he's done for trans people? Feel free to let me know. Enlighten me. Because so far it's looking like you're just snorting antidepressants. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast channel as well as my main channel. Follow me on X and Instagram. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, all that nonsense listed in the description. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.